David Archuleta just singing that song, Orianthi, according to you.
No.
David Archuleta joining us now here in Hollywood after hanging out yesterday. Our dressing rooms were literally across from each other last night at American Idol.
I was like, hey, neighbor.
Good to see you again, my friend.
Yeah, good to see you, too. It's been a while.
How old are you now?
I'm 19.
19 years old. Season 7 of American Idol. And you did Imagine again last night. And I feel like you were equally as amped up as you were when you did it for the finale when you were competing.
Yeah, it was a pretty big rush. You get quite the adrenaline rush. I didn't realize, I kind of forgot about how it felt to be in front of those judges and the audience and then the contestants, and they kind of just threw me up on stage. I didn't know what was going on. They just they put the pack on me, and then they just kind of directed me to the stage, gave me the mic, and I was like, what's going on? Like, oh, we're just we need to check the sound first. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I go, and then they set me down, and then the show started. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm singing.
You know, that sounds that except for the singing part, sounds like the story I tell every week and every year that goes by. So I've got a copy of a book here that says David Archuleta, Chords of Strength. Tell me, a memoir of soul song and the power of perseverance. Tell me about this.
Yeah, well, that's the memoir I've been working on for the last little while. So it's just kind of...
You're 19 and you have a memoir.
I know. You know, at first I was a little confused when they approached me with the opportunity, because I was like, well, I don't know what I'm going to have to say. It's like I've only been alive for so long, and I don't think I'm that interesting either to write a book about me. But after a while, I was like, you know what? A lot of people ask me, you know, why I'm the way I am and what's kind of led to this point at a young age. So I thought, you know, this is a good opportunity to share that with people and kind of share my experiences that I've learned before I forget them. And just kind of let people know what I'm about, what's important to me, and what I think is important in life.
What was one of the important or big things you wanted to share with people that they may not know about you, that they're going to read this and go, okay, I get it now?
You know, I guess I kind of get into detail with certain situations that I usually just talk about in 5 minutes. And, you know, I definitely thought about things a lot more. And I actually reminded myself, it's like, oh yeah, I did go through that, and I was thinking that and was feeling that way. And I also get a lot more into depth about my spiritual views and religious view of life, because I feel like, you know, people want to know who I am, and I'm showing who I am, and that's a big part of who I am. So I just felt, you know, I usually try not to talk too much about it, but I felt, you know, that kind of relationship has made me who I am, and so I'm going to talk about it now. So there's another thing that I guess I haven't really talked about a whole lot.
David Archuleta is with us. Well, we both got this at the same time. They literally delivered it, I think, to our office before you got a chance to see it. What do you think your dad will think after he reads it? My dad, I haven't been with him as much because I'm not a minor anymore. But, you know, my dad, he's my dad. Just like my mom is my mom and my brother's my brother. They're my family. My parents, they're the ones who look out for me, and they still do. You know, my dad was helping me out a lot before. He was part of my management for a little bit, but he isn't anymore. But he was the one who I could trust, because he didn't have those hidden motives. He didn't have any of those intentions doing stuff behind my back. He always made sure that I was taken care of and that I wasn't being taken advantage of. And I know he gets a lot of slack for things, just stuff that, you know, he hasn't had the best public view of him, but that doesn't change how much he's cared about me. And it's like, I've really appreciated it. I wouldn't be here if he wasn't there defending me, especially during the beginning. You know, I didn't have management at the beginning. He was the only one fighting for me. I was too afraid to fight for myself. How about now?
I do it more now. So that's what's good. That's something I've definitely learned. It's like, I need to stick up for myself. I can't just be worried about, but I don't want to get them angry, and I just want everyone to be happy, and I just don't want to be a problem. But it's like, you know what? There's a point where I have to stand up for myself, because it's going to make a difference. The way people take advantage of me is going to affect a lot of people.
Well said. You have grown up, David. We're going to come back with Archie. Hang on.
Oh, man.
David Archuleta is with us. Just thinking about the stuff you were talking about earlier and this memoir book you've got out, and I know you're writing your music. You're 19 years old. You said you're not a minor anymore.
Yeah.
So tell me about David Archuleta's life. Where do you live? Do you have roommates? Do you...
No, you know what? I just kind of go back and forth from home in L.A.
Home now is when you say home.
There isn't really a specific place, I guess, but I try to go home as much as I can. People try to encourage me. It's like, you should get a place and stuff, but I guess I haven't grown up that fast yet.
So you still live with your parents?
I still go back and forth and visit, with my family and stuff.
But you're kind of excited about breaking away a little bit, aren't you? I mean,
yeah.
I remember when I was going off to college.
Yeah, see, it's more, when I go home, it's more like going to visit my family than going just back home to live. Because usually it's like, I get to go visit my family again. Because, it's just, spend a lot of time working and on the road and going here and there. But I make sure when I have days off, I go home, because my brothers and sisters, they're not moved out yet. I still want to be there for them. I don't want them to think that David's some weird random person that's on the TV screen and on the radio every now and then. I want to keep my relationship with my family, because they're important to me, and I've only realized that even more being away from them and doing all this crazy stuff.
I'm sitting here thinking you need a talk show.
No.
Same thought right now, but we could fill some programming time here. David Archuleta, thank you so much. So where can we get this book? Where can people? It says not for sale. Oh, this is because my copy's not for sale. Is it out?
Yeah, it comes out June 1st. So it'll be coming out, in like Barnes and Nobles and Borders and stuff, and bookstores like that.
And your music, when do you think you'll be releasing some music?
I'm hoping soon. Where I've been writing songs and recording them, and there's some songs I'm excited about. There's some songs I'm just kind of like, man, I can't wait for people to hear this, because I just feel like it represents me really well and what I want to do with music.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you're about to release the single, will you come back and tell us about it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
all right,
for sure.
It's a plan.
Yeah.
David Archuleta, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, thanks.